Okay, people, so it's April 11, 2019. This is 1 year since ShaMay died. Okay? I'm not going to carry on with this for too long. I'm completely disgusted with life. Where I'm at with life right now, people, is I'm going to court on Monday, the 15th, for Amari. And, I don't know, people. All I'm hearing is it's all about Amari, but yet it's a big detour around him, and it goes to the default of the dad. Doesn't matter what's gone on in the past. Doesn't matter about the threats that I've had to face in the past. Doesn't matter about the current gang stalking and all this other shit that's been going on. None of that matters, people. It doesn't even matter that my daughter had a life. Like, literally, nobody wants to talk about ShaMay. Nobody. It's almost like she didn't exist, people. You'll live your life, and you will die, and nobody will give a shit. They will act like you don't exist if there is something that they want from you after you're dead. In Uncle John's case, it was his money. They treated him like he didn't exist. They treated him like some envelope, right, with a check inside, to be passing around until the check came out of the envelope and the person who got the check got what they wanted. And then, of course, Uncle John was just stuffed off into some old folks' home, care facility, fed drugs, and then died. Hooked up to machines. So the taxpayers could pay $1 million to carry on with that process. ShaMay died on April 11th, in about an hour from now. It's almost 8 o'clock in the morning. She died by 9 a.m., April 11th. She did not die April 16th, when the doctor called us in and put us in this little room and said, oh, gee, we did a scan on her brain, and it's all, gray matter. There's no white matter in there, and it's leaking down through her, spine in there. So, therefore, I think she's dead. You need to accept that, Miss Chorney and the Chorney family. Oh, really? Oh, yeah, she's dead. So as of today, we're pronouncing her dead. Because I'm the doctor, and I said so. And then on the 19th of April of 2018, they turned off a machine that stopped the circulation, people, from the neck up. Everything else below was embalmed. Remember that. The story hasn't changed. Okay? Now, actually, I'm starting to think that I should be writing something in the description box with these videos, because I've been listening to other people on YouTube. And when you jump in with a story and you carry on with the story, you and the people who follow your videos, they know what you're talking about. But if a new person comes in, clicks on your video, and you're going on about Uncle John, or you're going on about ShaMay, or whatever it is that you're going on about, they don't know. Because they haven't had a chance to go back into your other 1,200 videos to figure out the story. So, and if you're kind of raging on it, right, because you're passionate and you have personality and you have you speak with confidence, or you speak with authority, or you speak with vigor, right, or you speak with enthusiasm, right? They're not so, well, gee, well, what's going on, and ooh, right? So I'm thinking maybe I should start putting something in the description box, just, very short and sweet, in terms of, if you come across my video and you don't know the story, this is what we're talking about. ShaMay did not die on the 19th from them turning off a machine that stopped the circulation that was going through her head. Okay? The rest of the body was embalmed, people. That story hasn't changed. Right? But if you notice, the doctor listed her dead on the 16th of April because he was in front of a machine with the family, informing the family that she had no brain activity. She didn't die on the 16th, people. She died in 1 hour from now, on April 11th, on 2018, at 9 o'clock in the morning, as Tisha sat there and heard her die, thinking that her sister was snoring. Okay? So anyway, I'm not going to get all bent out of shape about it. I just wanted to put it out there that this is a 1-year anniversary for the death of my daughter, ShaMay, who was attacked. Okay? She didn't do it to herself. There were no drugs, no paraphernalia, nothing around her, people, because she didn't do drugs. She got infected with drugs. She got poisoned with drugs. Somebody else did it to her. But nobody else in the world wants to talk about that except me. Right? For some morbid reason other than only that part had oxygen going through her body on the 19th of April of 2018 when they turned off the machine. All her evidence was, her clothes were destroyed. FHA destroyed her clothes, destroyed evidence. Right? They didn't, just lots of shit going on, people. So anyway, it's not about ShaMay. That's what I hear. Oh, it's not about ShaMay. She never existed. That's why I'm talking about ShaMay too, right? She's dead. She's insignificant. It doesn't matter what happened to her. It doesn't matter what her life was about. It doesn't matter who she was. It doesn't matter where she was going in life. None of it matters because she's dead. It's all about Amari. Well, this is in the best interest of Amari, in my opinion. But for some reason, everybody detours, goes around that, and it becomes all in the interest of the dad. Not the mother, because the mother's dead now. The mother is insignificant. She was just a receptacle. She was just an artificial womb. That's what she was, right? And now that the womb has been used, it's been thrown out in the garbage, basically, people. Been treated like garbage. ShaMay is being treated like garbage. As everyone's standing around saying, oh, it's all about Amari, but they're putting the dad first. Tell me, how does that one work? I'd like to know. How do people use a child, say it's all about the child, ignore the fact that the child had a mother, ignore the fact that the mother died under suspicious circumstances, and then had her body pillaged in the hospital, right? In terms of illegal organ harvesting and God knows what else they did with her body. Right? Just ignore that fact, right? Ignore the fact that there were any drugs around her. Ignore the fact that she was talking to her sister for the hour before she went into the living room. Ignore the fact that she was doing Snapchats and looking good and, you know, and saying how happy she was that she looked after Amari all night now, along with his cold and never got no sleep. And ignore the fact that soon after that Snapchat, she died. Everybody wants to ignore all of that, people. It can just act like it never happened. And then put the father first. But try and twist it around and say it's all about the child. As they throw out the mother in the garbage. As Fraser Health Authority and their staff play games and try and say she died on April 16th because a doctor said so. But didn't make it official until April 19th when they turned off the machine. That simply stopped the circulation from the neck up. Because again, everything else below the neck was embalmed. As evidence was destroyed. That is ShaMay's 1-year anniversary to her death that occurred on April 11th of 2018 at 8:55, with her being witnessed by 2 people. Not just one, but by 2 people in the middle of a death rattle. Because if you remember, if you follow my videos, I said, I'm going to go into the basement and I'm going to do a little skit as to where Tisha was sitting, where ShaMay was sitting before her body was moved after she was dead. Make that clear. Dead bodies don't move themselves, people. How the person came down the hall and where that person stood. About 1.5 feet, 2 feet away from ShaMay as she was struggling with the death rattle. As her sister was in the kitchen in the dark, thinking that it was snoring. And because the person that was standing near her, didn't say anything and quickly turned around and went back down the hall. Once he realized he was caught with somebody witnessing him standing next to my daughter, because, again, Tisha was in the kitchen looking straight on at ShaMay's head, thinking ShaMay was snoring when in fact it was the death rattle, people. That person couldn't do what that person wanted to do, so that person just ran off back down the fucking hall. But within 10 minutes from that time period, 10-15 minutes within that time period, as Tisha was switching over laundry, ShaMay's body suddenly moved all by itself, even though it had died, sitting up in that position at 5 minutes to 9 a.m., which is approximately 1 hour from now, today.